the Uber Eats delivery guy last night. His name was Gang.
No way.
Yeah, Gang.
No way.
Gang. I took some shots too. 4G Audio Podcast. Hey man, say man, what's goody baby? I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos. This is the 4G Audio Podcast. There he is, everybody.
Hey.
For fucking once. See his fucking face, man.
Shout out Jonesy.
Shit. There he is. So all right. So tonight's guest is not here, and we like per usual, we won't call him out. But
Right.
he's not here. So we're gonna tell you a whole bunch of stuff. And I want to start by telling you about the cipher that we're doing. If you don't follow us on Instagram, you wouldn't have seen it. But if you do follow us on Instagram and you didn't see it, go look for it, and we're gonna be posting more about it.
Yeah, that's right.
But we have a couple entries already, and we want you on it too. So we got a beat on our YouTube. You're already on YouTube right now, so just go ahead and click and find it. It's 4G Audio Podcast Cypher Instrumental is the title. You'll find it. It's got the background from something. You'll see it. It's got like the Parliament building and shit. But the thing is like I said, we gave all these details, but I want to tell you right now, we're gonna make a video in the end of it all. So if you do your part, send us your stems, this and that. We are going to put it all together. Actually, Jonesy's going to do it. I'm lying. Jonesy's going to put it all together, and we're going to hopefully try and get everyone together to do some kind of cypher video to match the song that we're doing.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna
So
be fun.
let's go. Stand up. Let's send us your submissions.
Send it to
Let's get it.
4G audio 613@gmail.com. Just send it to our email. Find it anywhere. And again, if you follow us on Instagram, you can just look in the bio, and we have it in our link tree as well for the link for the beat.
The beat, yeah.
What's the BPM? I want to put that in the description too. Is it 87 or something?
97.
Or 97,
I
that's
believe.
right,
Yeah, 97.
Because I actually recently discovered that I guess it does matter.
Yeah,
Tino was talking about it, and he was like, it actually does matter.
yeah. If we're doing if we're doing calculated verses, like specific.
It's because the grid, like if I do it on mine and I find the BPM to be like 95
Yeah,
or something, and I do it like that and I record it, then I send it to Jonesy, then it's not going to fit on the grid.
right.
And like he even said, he's like, you can go and like change it and fix it, but it's like, this is more work
It's
or
just
whatever,
more
right?
words,
Like,
right.
yeah.
for editing.
Okay.
So whenever he said it, I'm like, shit, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Like, yeah. And then
Right.
I said, I'm like, is it just because we're getting someone to record it there and send it to us? Or would it matter if I was just sitting in the studio
Right,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I need to know so I can write this thing?
Yeah,
And like, he's like, no, if you came in the studio, or he said in my studio or whatever, but I think he just meant in the studio, you wouldn't have to worry about that as much because it's already on the thing.
Right.
But it's because we're sending it to
sending
somebody
it,
else,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then I was like, oh, okay, you got me, man.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which is why,
man.
so like, just for like, I guess, point of interest, whatever, like, if you're going to be sending verses, send like a reference of like the actual beat with
Right, like
Oh,
the-
yeah,
the
yeah.
vocals on
Right.
it,
Well,
and
'cause-
then just like clean vocals that I can mix myself.
See, he
into.
was talking about something 0 to something. So like he was saying if they just started right at 0, then you could just put that audio right to 0 and then like do it, but they call it something.
Mm.
It's like 0 to something or like whatever. I'll ask him, but he was saying
probably
something like
know
that too, where it was like if you start at this point or like whatever.
Yeah,
And
right,
if everyone knows that.
right.
But yeah,
Um,
what did you say?
There's no like cutoff date yet, so there's lots
Yeah.
of time. This isn't going to be a rushed thing either. So if you do send a submission, just be patient with it. It'll all come together soon enough. And yeah,
Oh, actually, something else I wanted to mention. I thought of this the other day, just randomly. Is if you wanted to record yourself, like a video of you recording the audio, you could send that to us. We could promote it or whatever, throw it up there. I thought of that because I was like, oh, Bully has like some stuff, like even one on his TikTok where he's just like acapella spitting the
Yeah,
thing, and
right.
like he kind of promotes it and stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, yo, if anybody wants to do that, or like I said, send us a video of you doing it, or like a portion of it, or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and we could throw it up and like kind of.
it could even
people.
be a part of like the final the final product in a way too.
Well, that's it too, because even with the City Club, it was like that too, where it was like there was parts where it was like I was there one day recording in the booth,
Right.
and then there's parts where we were all together
All
at
to-
the
yeah.
studio chilling and shit, right?
Right.
So yeah, we could do something like that too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, we're we're trying to do it big for sure. So send us your buyers and let's get it.
Yeah, baby.
4G Cypher.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I know there's some people out there that are gonna fucking set it on fire.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear some submissions.
Yeah, I'm gonna be excited to work on putting it all together as one song. That's gonna be
Yeah, it's gonna be a big project.
yeah, no doubt.
It's gonna be fire for sure. Gonna be fire. And yeah, let us know what you think of the beat too in the comments on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
That's
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
all that stuff, you know?
Shit. We also are doing a thing lately. We've been racing some cars on a thing. Recording some videos of us racing cars. No, so we've been playing video games. And we thought it'd be a new lane for us, something to do, and we thought you guys might fucking like it. So we have some of that coming as well.
Yep.
Do not forget to check that out. Actually, at the same time too, now that I say do not forget, you should actually just go follow us on everything: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're getting back on TikTok, I promise. I swear.
Kick.
We're gonna do Kick. That's right. Yeah, we're doing Kick as well, which
And Rumble.
it's a good idea.
Can't forget about Rumble, I guess. Gotta get it on Rumble too. All the platforms.
Worldwide, baby.
Right. Well, World Wide Web. www. Remember Netscape?
Netscape.
Netscape. It was like a
Netscape.
Macintosh
Yeah,
like
okay.
browser.
Right, yeah.
Does ring a bell,
Netscape.
yeah. That
Oh,
does.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Pretty back in the day. I might have been like fucking 9 or 10 years old when we got the
Fuck.
computer at my school.
You remember the computers at schools that had like that ball as
The
a mouse?
icons, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's old school
There was
shit.
like there was this game. It was a math game, but it was like horse racing.
Okay.
So you had to like put the answer in quick.
Oh
and then
yeah.
you would like move
right.
faster and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
So when we would go to the computer lab, there would just be like
Yeah.
whatever. Everyone's just sitting there doing
That's
that.
hilarious.
And I'm pretty sure every time you got it right, it would do that. So it was just
Yeah, right.
over and over.
That's funny. I remember doing what was the game? It was like cross country truckers or something like that on the computer. It was
Really?
like similar
On
to
that?
that. Yeah.
See, I was even
Yeah.
gonna say I forget the other games.
Yeah, I remember that one. It was similar though. You had to like answer questions.
I almost want to say there was like an Olympics thing too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, the good old
We
days.
lying to you, but yeah, I think they were called icons.
Yeah.
I just remember the teacher used to always say that.
Icons. Yeah. They were different. A
Yeah.
little different.
One time, actually, whenever I was sitting in the computer room, I don't know if it was that there weren't enough computers or if it was just because like maybe we were bad or something. But
Yeah.
there was like one portion of the computer lab that was like desks and stuff.
Right.
So I remember sitting there, and there's a couple of us sitting there, and we're doing our homework or like whatever. And I remember my buddy like I've known him since I was like 4, you know,
Yeah.
like riding the bus together and shit. And I took the meter stick I was using as a ruler or whatever.
Yeah.
So he was sitting like ahead of me, but beside me, you know. And I turned and I put the meter stick beside his face like this. And I'm like, hey, yo, Damien. He
Yeah.
fucking turned his head. And I just remember, man, the thing is, we used to do shit like that, like that specific thing to each other all the time.
Yeah.
But whenever I did it, I just remember it just, I guess I had it too close to his face. And the way he turned, it just fucking it hurt, you know?
Yeah. Right.
So he turned, he hit it, and it wasn't like, ow, or any reaction. He just turned and stared at me. And just the way he looked at me, I was like, I'm like, I feel so bad for that, man. Like,
Yeah.
like did it so many other times, but I just remember that one time. So whenever I think of that computer lab, I just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I hurt my friend.
Would that have been at St. Thomas?
Or Our Lady Fatima.
Oh, Our Lady Fatima.
Almost at
Okay.
St. Fatima.
Yeah.
Yeah, Our Lady Fatima, baby. Which
The good old days.
Yeah, where I learned a lot of stuff.
It's where you learn how to spit and kick.
Shit. Yeah, actually, it was a fun school though. It only went to grade 6 though. So then I had to go like when they talk about like junior high in movies and stuff,
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
like an American thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck do they mean? What the fuck do they mean? And then like I remember someone used that as an example. Like, remember how you had to go to this school for grade 7 and 8? Like,
Yeah.
it's junior high.
Junior high.
But that
yeah.
school went to grade 8.
Right.
So there was people we went to school with there that went there from kindergarten to grade 8,
Okay.
but I only went to that school for grade 7 and 8.
Right.
But I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
what they were saying is that they have
It's
like
because-
places like that's like junior high, like that's like you just go to like grade 7 and 8. That's it.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
no one else did that, right? All the other schools went to grade 8,
Yeah.
but my school only went to grade 6.
Right. I wonder why that'd be. It wouldn't be like a lack of the amount of students,
I think
I
it's just the
guess.
size of it.
The
It
size,
wasn't
yeah?
very big. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
It wasn't super big. There
Right.
was only 2 floors, and like the only other section was like the gym.
Right.
So like the 2 floors, there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the main floor, but 2 of them were like the kindergarten shits.
Okay.
And then upstairs, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's
Right.
5 upstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't much.
Right.
But yeah, I figured it was just the size, probably. Actually,
Yeah.
it wasn't even 4. It was 4 upstairs, actually.
Right. They started doing that now though, like RCI and all that. They all
Yeah.
go in grade 7
Which
now.
is weird because now that I think about it, my kid's school goes to grade 8 still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like mine was the opposite. And then now that it's actually like that, where the grade 7 and 8s are in high school,
Yeah.
my kid's school is the opposite,
It's
where
the
it's the
opposite.
one
It's
that
still-
it still
yeah,
goes to
it-
grade
yeah,
8. He
it-
can choose to leave in grade 6 or for grade 7 to go wherever he wants,
Right.
but I'd rather he stays there.
Yeah, yeah. I bet most kids would choose to stay.
Yeah, he wanted to
It's where your
originally.
friends
Well,
are
yeah,
and
he wanted to
everything.
originally, but now, like even the other day, I said because one of his friends is a year older than him,
Okay.
he's going to high school next year.
Yeah.
So then I was like, "Oh, your buddy's going to high school too." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You gonna bug mom to see if he can go to good
Yeah,
high school,
right.
whatever?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna stay here."
Yeah.
Because most of his friends did stay there, right?
Right. It's almost like a fifth year, you know, like of high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people go, few people stay.
I did one of those.
I did a victory lap. It was
Yeah.
different for sure, but I had a lot of friends that were a year younger than me anyway. So
Oh, yeah.
like that year, it was like fucking like freedom, man. It was like you're a king. Yeah.
You write your own
remember-
notes and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. Like I remember my gym teacher coming up to me and being like, "Look, Brandon, if you skip 3 more classes, I can't even pass you." So I remember showing up at the end of the year to every gym class. It's funny. I remember actually ending my high school career like the last bell went, and I was playing 1-on-1 with my buddy hockey on the gym stage. That's what we decided to do, and that was like that's how I rang out high school. Yeah. Just so I could pass gym, or I wouldn't have fucking been there.
Past gym, man.
Yeah, well, I get because I had spare and gym
Okay.
in that last afternoon, my last semester. So yeah, like I ended up if I had spare after lunch, yeah, there's a lot of days where I did not go
Did
back
they like
to school.
switch around? Like so, like one.
Yeah, every day
week
ones
one or-
and day twos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I would usually be there, but in the end, it caught up with me, right?
Yo, in RCI, did you have to wear your RCI gym clothes
Yeah.
to gym? Yeah.
Yeah, and
So same
maybe
in-
not my last year, maybe not the last.
But
couple
same in St.
years,
Joe's, and the thing is I ended up being like, fuck that.
Yeah, because
I'm
it's
not
so
doing
small
that.
and tight.
And
man.
like, yeah, I was like, fuck that. So I didn't do it. And so then I just show up to class. And I literally, at one point, I show up. Teacher's like, you don't have it? No. Okay, sit aside. Okay, cool.
yeah,
So then after a while, he's like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, I have shorts and a t-shirt if you want me to put them on. They're not the ones you want me to put on.
yeah,
I have those too, but I'm not wearing them.
yeah.
He's like, okay, sit aside then. I'm like, okay, cool. So then they ended up being like, they basically kicked me out of my afternoon classes.
Yeah,
And like I went and did another thing. Like I ended up getting fucking three
credit
three
or whatever,
credits
yeah.
instead of the 2 or whatever.
right.
But still they kicked me out of those because like, well, like in French I literally was like, puis-je aller à la salle de bain s'il vous plaît?
Yeah,
So I could go to the washroom and fucking hang out in the hallway and be an idiot,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
I'm not doing French.
yeah,
And then in gym, yeah, I just showed up and like, well, I'm not wearing the fucking shit. Fuck you guys,
Yeah.
you know? And because it was such a like, I feel like that's extortion. Yeah, cool. I did buy them and I had them, but it's like, you have to buy this and wear it.
yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
okay, like, you have to look like everyone else. Like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever, right?
Yeah,
And,
I
like, you're
didn't
right. It
like
is
them.
small and shit, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck that. I'm going to
Yeah, they
wear
were
my shit.
small, man.
Such a rebel.
Yeah, yeah. I think like in the end, we were allowed to wear different shirts because I remember I had a fitness class, and
Fitness pizza in my mouth, sorry.
and we were like, I remember wearing different clothes.
So what was the difference between fitness and gym then?
Fitness was like a lot of like health and diet like focus, like learning about that and your body and working out as well. Like they're like using the gym in the school.
Yeah.
and they're like learning workouts, doing circuit training and all
See,
that.
that's
sort of
actually why I asked because I was like, I wonder if they were in the fucking the like workout
The
room or
workout
whatever,
gym.
you know?
Yeah. It was
Um,
cool because by the end of that last year, I don't know if you ever went to RCI.
Yeah,
So you remember the gym and how we
Sure.
had those upper bleachers, like that upper
yeah.
section. So
There's
they
like a
built
little
the
place you can go
workout.
up there and smoke.
Yeah.
Goes inside it. Or sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So that's where they built the gym. They moved the workout gym up there.
Yeah.
So that's where we would be, and then we'd go down and play in the gym too. I remember we'd always use my iPod for tunes, and the teacher hated it because there's like a lot of Eminem on there and shit, and then people would sneak tunes like a lot. Like my iPod was well known, so then some guys would go on and turn on a certain song, and it'd be like something not allowed, right?
Break your fucking face.
There's like Tupac on there and stuff, and he like even if Tupac came on, he would be like, "All right, iPod's gone," you know? Yeah, because I think I
Somewhere.
had changes on that playlist or something like that. Something that's not really aggressive,
Yeah,
but
that's like
he's
a good radio, like Tupac radio song.
yeah. But
funny
the one
'cause-
song was "Go to Sleep," Eminem and DMX. That
Yeah,
was the
that'll-
one
that'll
song
get
that
you, yeah.
yeah. Go to sleep, man. Yeah.
Whenever you first said, oh shit, what was the song you said before that?
changes.
Changes. Whenever
Yeah.
you first said changes, the song that played in my head was Eminem and Ozzy.
Oh yeah.
Changes?
Ozzy?
Yeah, bro. Come
Eminem
on.
and
man.
Ozzy?
Eminem and Ozzy. Going through
That's-
changes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Of course. Yeah. Shit. Wait. So I know Eminem used that in his recovery album, but was that
Yeah.
an Ozzy song originally?
I don't know if it was an Ozzy song
Oh, okay,
originally,
so
but
it's
it's just
going
that
through
whenever you said
changes.
changes, that's what played in my head.
Yeah, that's
was
Ozzy.
that? And I'm like,
yeah.
wait, that's the
Right.
fucking Eminem Ozzy song.
At first, I thought it was like a bigger song than that.
But I just
you
think it's
know?
weird because you were talking about Eminem songs,
Yeah,
and then you're
yeah.
like, or this fucking Tupac
Tupac
song, and then
song,
I'm like,
yeah.
I think of Eminem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Good times.
something you said there too, talking about the diet and shit, whatever, reminded me of earlier we were talking about something, and I ended up going on one of my things where I don't get to the point. Because I was talking about trying to like eat better and shit and whatever,
Yeah,
right? Like proper times. Well, I just read proper right there at the same time.
Yo,
Proper-
you know what's I'm totally gonna you're going off the rails here. So this happens to me quite a lot where like I'll be thinking a word and read it like at the same time, or like say the word
Right,
and like
yeah,
see it
yeah.
on TV or something.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm like, my brain gets going. I'm like, imagine all the things that have to go right in the universe for like that to happen. Where like, yeah, that right when you're saying that word, you read it at the same time, or someone
Yeah,
else says it or something.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
So just real quick, the one thing I was gonna say is I was talking about eating better, and then I
Yeah.
went on a thing about anxiety.
Yeah.
I was saying that I felt like that might have been related to the not eating thing.
Yeah.
But on that topic, so as soon as you said like imagine all the things have to go right, me and fucking actually Cyrus, and we had him on the show a couple times and shit, right? He actually popped the
Oh,
bottle
yeah,
top
yeah.
into the cup. Anyways,
Epic video.
so me and him, man, we'd be like at parties or we're hanging out or like whatever, and like he would be talking about something over here to these people, and I would be talking about something totally different to these people over here, and like either we would both end up saying the same word at the same time. Our conversations have nothing to do with each other, and it wasn't like you know what I mean? Like it was like
Right.
we would say like
a unique,
like,
some kind of unique word.
proper, like yeah, you know, it's like the fuck. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about what are you talking? Oh no, okay, yeah. Or people go, are you guys talking about the same thing? But we would end up saying the same thing, or it'd be like I'm looking for the word. I'd be like and then he'd say it, and I go, yeah.
Yeah.
What he said, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what are you talking about? No, we're not talking about the same thing. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
And like, so whatever you say, like, imagine all the things that have to go right for that. It's like,
Just for like all the those things to come together at the
yeah,
same
because
time.
like we could say the same word and talk about something different, hours apart, or
Right, yeah,
seconds
sure.
apart, or like
Yeah.
whatever. But to be like on
In
time
the
like that, it's like I
yeah.
start mine at this, he start, you know, and it just comes like
Yeah.
that. It's like, the fuck, man.
And that to happen, and just to like be alive all at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, now you say that though, I said this before. The odds of us just existing, like me
all.
existing, is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But then the odds of us existing at the same time and like,
yeah.
meeting
Is that the
is
Theo
even
Vaughn
crazier.
with what's that guy's name?
oh yeah, Andre or no, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, he says that like for us to be living right now
Yeah.
is like a
but he says like us existing is like crazy or whatever, right? But I take it further and go like like for us.
Yeah.
So for me to exist is one thing, for you is the same thing, for him is the same thing, but for all of us to exist at the same time and be here and have met and like get along or like whatever is even greater. Like it's like astronomical craziness where it's like holy fuck. So like even too, like I say that with my girl where I'm like, yo, I'm like, for us to like be here at the same time, right? And then to have like come back to this same spot again and be here is like that doesn't happen, you know what I mean? It doesn't happen, right?
For sure.
So yeah, it's like he said that, but I'm like, man, once he said it, I took it further to be like, whoa, like, you know, or even like just say like your fucking dog, for you to be like in the place and the time and like that to be your fucking dog. You know what I mean? Like,
man. Oh yeah, definitely. It's time is you know, time is the creator. Time has the last say.
Time is like what do they say? It's it's a currency.
Yeah, that is. It's the true currency for sure. Because
it's that movie where they have the time on there.
In Time. Yeah, that's a really good movie. Actually, I find like Justin Timberlake, if he's in a movie, it's usually really fucking good. Like, you guys seen Alpha Dog?
Alpha Dog was really good.
Oh my god, man, it's a true story.
Yeah, that one like fucking
that one leaves
stuck
you
with me.
Oh
man.
yeah.
What's it about?
It's about the youngest most wanted on the FBI list in America's Most Wanted,
and it's
the youngest. So it was about
Timberlake though.
He plays a part. He plays like the most crucial part.
Just because I did watch a movie recently with him in it,
with a kid and stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah, I watched one too. It's called.
Kid's actually dead now too. The guy that played the
No way.
Yeah,
the actual kid.
The actor died.
Yeah, no way. That's wild. So what happens is this kid gets kidnapped because of his older brother. So there's like this Johnny Truelove was the guy most wanted, right?
Yeah.
Something happens with this kid's older brother, I think, and him.
I guess he was a drug dealer and he owed him money.
Yeah, he owed him
like
money.
that.
So he kidnaps his brother, but it starts off as a joke and then it gets fucking real serious to the point where they end up killing the kid, right?
Because they keep him for like days or
weeks, and it gets serious.
And then they're like, oh well, we can't let him go now. He's gonna fucking rat on
I'll
us.
go. I'll go to jail.
So we need to do something. And then but eventually they, like a bunch of them end up becoming friends with him and like
they like
think he's kind of cool or like.
So Justin Timberlake becomes a good friend, like gives him his first drinks or whatever, parties, gets him laid, and he like cared for the kid, right?
Yeah.
But he's caught up in this shit. So he plays that like pivotal role, I guess you could say. But yeah, like the way the story goes is in the end they bring him out to the desert and they literally fucking tell him to get in this hole. And he does, and the one dude fucking shoots him. Yeah, that's how the story went. It's a true story.
Ruined the movie.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just joking.
Spoilers. But
Shit.
man, crazy movie, that one.
Crazy.
And In Time's good. In Time is a really good movie.
Fuck, you ever see this shit, it's gone. What's his name? Fuck. Look up to me, man. It's coming. Tommy G.
Tommy G.
He's like a YouTuber. So like
sounds familiar,
he's
but
like he's kind of like a like soft dude.
Okay.
And he's like it's weird because he goes into these like he goes into the hood and stuff. Like he's like hanging out with like guys with like fucking big guns and all this, and they're just like wilding out and like crazy shit. And then he'll go to like where there's like the strips of like homeless people and like the addicts and shit, right? And he'll go and like talk to them, interview them, whatever.
Okay.
So he does a lot of shit like that, but it's like crazy, man. And like if you see him, you're like, this guy's like so soft and he's so like
he's vulnerable.
Yeah, and it's like, but he's putting himself in all these places and whatever.
Right.
But he's good though because it's like it's almost like he just like because of like who he is or whatever, or how he is as a person, like these people, like some of these people are like dangerous and shit, right? And they're just like, oh yeah, no, come on, man, we'll go, like, oh yeah, whatever.
Right.
Like the one dude was fucking with him. He's on the phone on the front porch, sitting on the front porch on the phone, and then he fucking like switches the phone and he reaches down, and he grabs his gun in his fucking pocket, and he's like, oh, right now, blah blah, whatever, blah blah, and he like runs out on the street and he's like pulls the gun out and shit and whatever, and he's like, I think he was just playing, like I think he was just trying to like scare me and like fuck with us and like whatever. But it's like to be at that, like, you know, I'm like I feel like if someone like that walks through the hood with no reason, like they're gonna get the shit kicked out of them, like whatever.
Yeah,
but then like to have this, like, you know, he talks to them and like, oh, can I come, and like, oh, whatever. But anyways, he does shit like that. And again, I'm way off my fucking point. Oh, so they did a thing where it was like there's so fuck, I forget what they call them now. Mercenaries.
Yeah.
So in the States or whatever, they have like mercenaries or I don't know, whatever. But so what it is like people that are like ex-cops or like special ops and like this and that, whatever.
Right.
They like form their own group and train and shit.
Yeah.
And then they can like be hired by the CIA and FBI and shit, right? They
Right.
call them the 3-letter agencies or whatever.
Okay.
And so they go and like torture people for information. They like fucking, they're killing people. They're doing all this like crazy wild shit. But they're like sitting talking to these guys. They got their faces blurred out for their fucking safety and shit, right? Because people are like people all over the world looking for these people, right?
Yeah.
And like these guys are telling stories about like the one guy's like trying to run out of Mexico or some shit like that. And like he's like, I didn't think I was gonna make it. He's like, I spent 2 days like going through the bush and all this and like hiding from people, like covering myself and stuff and like doing all this and like whatever. So I didn't think I was gonna make it, blah blah blah. He's like, he ends up making it. So he goes and hangs out with these guys. They end up putting them through like a drill. So it's like him and his friends, and then like one of their friends go and they're like the people that are escaping or whatever, right? And then like the other guys come and try to find them, right? And so like the one guy's teaching them like, you know, if you're running away, you got to do this and do this. You got to think of what they're thinking and then do the opposite. And like when you get to a certain point, think of what the easiest is, and like you know all this shit. And he's showing them all this and blah blah blah. But then like the other guys, they have a camera guy with them and they're showing them like, okay, well look at there's like tracks going this way, but there's also tracks going this way. So he's gonna go that way, and he's like, oh, he found out it only goes to there, so they're just fucking with us. They try to throw us off. We're going this way, whatever. So they like explain all this shit. But like at one point they take them to this fucking place and they have them in like a little shed and they're like torturing them, whatever. They're like waterboarding them and stuff. And like they had like a taser, but he's like he wasn't actually doing it. And then they do like the fake execution, so they take his buddy out and they like shoot the gun in the air to like pretend they kill him and stuff. And then they like bring him to a place where they like dig their graves and all this and like whatever. But he's like they're going through like showing them everything they do and like all this stuff, whatever. He's like, obviously it's more intense like with people. But like and then they go through all this stuff. So what do you do with them after? And like all this like blah blah blah. And he's just like, I followed orders and like stuff like that. I'm just like, oh my god, man, he's just hanging out with these guys that are just like
but they only kill people who, well, you know,
maybe
associate.
They're
like,
led to believe that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's wrong. I just mean like, who knows, right? It's like, wow.
People like it's like a big. Those guys are like huge, like operational, like They wouldn't just like kidnap a guy and kill him for fun. I don't think anyway. Maybe not.
Shit.
It's
like, well, they're being paid too by the government to do shit, right?
Yeah,
so it definitely isn't like no reason, but it could be like, go get Osama bin Laden. It's like, well, like, wasn't he Bush's friend?
Like guilty by association too, though. Like maybe if someone saw something they shouldn't have, then they have to would act on that, right?
Well, like crazy.
Wrong place, wrong time.
But just because you were talking about, I think it was because you were talking about digging the
end of that
putting
movie.
them in the hole or whatever. Because I was like, where did I see that? I'm like, oh yeah, they made them like dig a grave or like
it's like
whatever.
Cartel shit for sure, man.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine, fuck, don't imagine it.
No, I know.
Imagine digging a grave.
No.
One time we were doing a house, doing drywall, and you'll see how this relates. But there was no stairs to get into the basement.
Okay.
So we were always taking ladders or going around the fucking house.
Right.
And so they're like, oh yeah, tomorrow the like stair guys are gonna be here, whatever. So like, don't come, right?
Right.
Like, okay, yeah. So we don't go that day. We come the next day. The stairs are in. We go down the stairs, and there's a doorway at the bottom of the stairs. And like, I get it. I'm really tall.
Yeah.
But even if someone not as tall as me walked down those stairs, the guy I worked with is pretty tall too. So it's like there was no one around to like test it except for us.
Yeah.
But like, man, I'd shrink down quite a bit, and I still like my head's hitting the door frame.
Okay.
So they fucked the stairs up, right?
Right.
So they're like, yeah, okay, the guys are gonna come do the stairs on such and such day and change them out, whatever. So then like, I think they did it early in the morning, and we showed up kind of late or something. So when we get there, the stairs are in, and we're like, oh, cool, yeah. And we take them down to like look and see the clearance. And we're like, okay, cool, they got it right this time. Yeah, cool. The other set of stairs is sitting in the basement. And my buddy was saying before they even put in the stairs, he's like, they're going to bring in a whole big piece, and there's going to be like 8 dudes, and they're all going to like put this all in by themselves, like one piece. I'm like, really? I thought you'd like run the stringer and you put the thing, like whatever. He's like, no, this is like custom, whatever, right? So, okay, crazy, yeah. So anyways, he's talking about these crazy fucks carrying these things around, right? So now we're at the point where the new stairs are in, the other one's in the basement.
Yeah.
So man, he's like, they're going to come back and get those tomorrow probably. He goes, imagine carrying those He's like, man, he's like, you're not bringing them up the stairs. He's like, you
No.
probably got to bring them around the
All the
house.
way
He's like,
around,
imagine
yeah.
that, man. I'm like, yeah, fucking idiots. Yeah.
yeah,
Later that afternoon, the homeowner comes and like he would always be around like fixing stuff and doing shit.
yeah.
He's like, yeah. So he's like, they're gonna come pick up those stairs tomorrow. Blah blah blah. We're like, okay, cool, yeah.
yeah.
And he's like, so we're gonna have to like get them out
Move
front
it
so
to the
they can like
front.
get them on the truck. This and that. And we're
Oh,
like,
my.
what? So he actually paid us extra like to do it or whatever.
Yeah,
But still, we're like, what the fuck? So then we carry it out. We do it. We had to go around the fucking back of the house through the snow, all this shit.
yeah.
We walk in the front door, but he just stands, looks down the stairs. I stop. I'm like, oh, what's up? You know, he turns to me, he goes, it's been imagined.
It's
And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, because
Yeah.
he said, imagine carrying those stairs around
Yeah,
the house.
yeah,
I'm like, it's
right.
been imagined.
Oh,
We just
yeah,
did it, man.
Yeah.
So that's why right there. I'm like, imagine. Well, don't imagine it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's shitty. That tells me that those guys the stair guys blamed it on you guys. Maybe, like I'm not carrying those out because their mistake.
Oh yeah, but
maybe,
even
right?
then they that's theirs. They measured it wrong, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But like blame. That's what I'm saying. Like blame their mistake on you guys. Maybe I don't know.
But there's no way it could have been ours, right?
No, I know,
Yeah,
but
like,
he convinced. Yeah.
But
for
either
sure.
way, it's just I think either way they're just lazy and they're like, fuck it, it's there. We'll come pick it up
Definitely,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Make sure it's out front, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Make
Or you
sure
got a
it's-
deal or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll take $500 off if you just leave it out front.
yeah.
But that was actually cool.
Yeah, I assume like I guess the stairs were probably too like built on too much of or not enough slope.
Yeah,
maybe.
not enough of an angle. Cause,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
Right.
like they were supposed to finish before the door frame, but they actually went through the door frame.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Then wouldn't they know that they fucked that up?
Well,
It
I think
seemed-
what happened is they sent like the guy who goes and like measures it,
Yeah,
and the guy who makes it or like whatever. They don't. There's a communication error there
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something. You
right.
know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like. I don't know, and I don't know how to do it either way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
because there's supposed to be a certain rise and tread of
Right.
it, right?
Yeah.
It's all supposed to add up to something or
Right.
whatever. But either way, yeah, I think it's just that they don't communicate very well or
Yeah, that
something.
makes
You know,
sense.
like
a lot of guys are like, "Let's get in and get out, man," and you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Whether they're here or whatever, you know, like sometimes they can't get a hold of them. Like, fuck it, we're doing it anyway.
or they let the new guy measure it.
Yeah, yeah, shit.
Oh, drywall. That was fun though. I didn't mind that. And that house is pretty cool. It's like a $5 million mansion or some shit.
Yeah,
5.1. It was 5.1.
At that time,
Yeah, like 13, 14 years ago.
damn,
Um,
the thing's
but
probably
the
7
guy's
million.
last name was Adolf.
no
I think it
way,
was. Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And yeah, he made fun of the people who did his old house. His old house is like right behind his new house.
Yeah,
The guys who drywalled that, he's like, oh, you should have saw it, man. They were like Cheech and Chong. They get out of the van, fucking
Oh,
all this
yeah,
smoke,
yeah,
oh, whatever, this and
yeah.
that, super stoners, whatever.
yeah,
And like we were always like, we smoked weed and shit,
Doing the
but we
same
were
thing.
always like, yeah, we didn't do it at the site and shit.
yeah,
Advising in, we're talking to customers, like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever, you know.
yeah,
And so like we were good about it, but so from that we're like, okay, cool. We don't want this guy to know we smoke weed. At some point he's telling us something, and we're like, I don't get what he's saying. Like, what is he saying? He's like, oh, I'll show you. And he comes back with this thing, and it's like a lighter. When you like turn this one part of it, there's like a pipe, and when you light the flame and suck, the flame goes into the pipe, and you like
Oh,
smoke
shit,
it, right?
eh?
So he shows us this, and we're like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
yeah. Like we've been trying to be like, no, we don't smoke weed, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you guys are done for the day. And we're like, we got to put this one piece on. He goes, okay. He's like, I'm gonna go to my house. I'm gonna get a couple beers, some weed. He's like, I'll come back, and like when you're done, we'll finish for the
Yeah,
day, and
yeah.
we'll do this. You know.
Nice.
We ended up actually having a bunch of drinks at his house too. We went back to his like other
Oh
house,
yeah,
chilled there. Because actually, my buddy's dad showed up. He's friends with my buddy's dad.
Okay,
Anyways,
yeah.
it's a whole long
It
story.
got- it
But
got
point
out of
is,
hand.
Yeah, point is, he was like making
Yeah.
fun of these guys for smoking weed. We're like, oh shit, we can't tell him. And he's like, you guys want to smoke out of this cool pipe I got? We're like, yeah, okay.
that's hilarious.
Thought it was a test.
End of the day kind of guy. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But after that, he did that a few times to us. He goes, what are you guys doing right now? Whatever. We're like, well, we're gonna do this and probably leave. Whatever. He's like, oh, you're done for the day. You're done. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
go do this. Like, okay,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Old lad.
some homeowners can be pretty funny like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They're either like that or they just leave you alone completely. Like, or they come out and just like, you know, talk about whatever sometimes. But then you get the ones like that are like, they almost act as like a worker along with you. You know, they'll like
Yeah,
stand
yeah.
outside and look it up and be like, oh yeah, and like talk to like the foreman or whatever about like the job, like the whole job, or like what would you do, you know, or
Yeah,
like shit
yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, the roofer was here and he said this. I don't
Yeah.
think or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, and the thing is though, is it's funny how you say that too, is because there's a whole bunch of different types like that, right? It's like you don't fucking see them, and like they're not even home.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's like the guy that comes out perfect timing
Yeah.
with the bottle of water
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
and like at the end he pops out with a beer or something.
Yeah.
You're like, I like this guy, and
Yeah.
he knows the things I know. Like, yeah, good talk. Then there's the people like standing over you, like, are you not gonna like, oh, like, you know, like, oh, this side's not finished. You're like, yeah, I'm doing it. You know, like you paid me to do it. If you know how to do it, then fucking do it. You know,
for sure.
Like,
Like,
my friend was telling me if you, well, we're doing it, not your friend.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's funny.
Especially though, whenever we did the fence posts.
Yeah.
Always, man. Even like old ladies just stand out in the back and they're like,
yeah, well, old ladies are the worst.
My neighbor was saying that when he did his, it was like this and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, we're doing it. Like, let us do it.
I find the thing with old ladies is like they're trying not to get taken advantage of, right? So they're out there like making sure everything gets done, and they're like, even if they feel like they forgot that they asked a question that they definitely already asked, they're gonna ask it again. Like, for sure. But I mean, that's part of that job.
But I always like, because we used to like just like sub off of people.
Yeah.
It's always like that shit where it's like, especially new homes, because it's like no one's gonna be there.
Yeah, and
like this guy might show up and do this or like, oh, whatever. But like when they're not there, and it's just like, and then the only person you deal with is like the GC or like whoever that's gonna like, they got the job and they're gonna pay you and like whatever.
Yeah.
You have they already know what it takes to do this.
Yeah.
They already know what's what, so they're not like, oh, well, this, oh, that.
Yeah,
like,
they're letting you
thanks,
do the
here's your
work.
money, see you later. Yeah, you did it. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, they know how it goes, so they're like, oh, you know, like they're not fucking coming and hanging out every day. And shit.
For sure.
We did have one guy though, his house burnt down, so he's living in a trailer beside it.
Yeah.
And I believe he like did the woodworking out of his house or something.
Oh,
in
yeah.
his garage or whatever, so he like wasn't working at the time.
Right.
So he was just always at the fucking trailer, but never came over and talked to us.
Okay,
Like rarely ever.
Yeah.
And like the odd time brought us a beer or like whatever. And one day he caught me at the end of the day. Well, not caught me, but he brought us a beer and like I'm like cleaning the like small stuff up because we like to make like, sure, at the end of the job you can clean everything up.
Yeah.
But like the bigger shit, but like we will sweep the floor and stuff and get all that stuff out of the way for the day.
Yeah.
And but we'll leave all the like butts and like different stuff set up so we can like cut it and use it later.
Right.
But like, so we'll go sweep the floor. So I'm like sweeping the floor and cleaning up all these little piles of shit. And he comes in like, he's like, man, he's like, no, he's like, don't do that. And we're like, no, well, I just, if you bring someone else in here, we want to clean all this stuff, whatever. He goes, no, I'll get the kids to do that later.
Yeah.
Like, really? And like, so then even my buddy said, he's like, man, he's like, clean it up because that's what we do. That's our job. But like, he's like, if he says it again, man, he's like, then I let them do it. But he's like, other than that, so the next, it might even the next day, but the next time, whenever he mentioned it, he was like, no, literally, he's like, I'm paying my kids to do it.
Oh,
so
like,
leave it all there. I'm like, okay.
That's pretty good for him. But yeah,
he's actually paying us to do that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like,
no, I've been in that same situation, like cleaning up, and they're like, oh no, like I'll get all that. Nah, I just ignore them. I'm like, no, like I'm literally down. If I'm not doing that, then there's nothing I'm doing at this moment.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and leave your yard.
Yeah. It's like, no. And they start cleaning up and I'm like, no, like, don't worry about, like, I'm cleaning that up. But some of them just, I get off the roof and you'd find piles of nails and stuff. Beside the or like not beside the garbage, but beside the trough, like the downspout it came out of or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, oh, they've been going around cleaning things up or whatever. But I think it's well known, like in roofing anyways. I mean, drywall definitely, it gets messy too.
Yeah.
With the cuts and dust, but it's like they hear about those little things that are left behind and usually they go around and start picking them up, right? Like nails is a big thing with roofing or whatever. So yeah, you find them going around picking all these little things up. It's like,
and that's it too. It's like, I do that after or whatever,
We have a magnet for that, actually.
They're like, and that's it. It's like, sure, they're helping, but it's like, I have an easier way. Or
exactly.
and that is my job. So even too, it's not like they're like doing anything wrong, but it's like they only knew that, like, because to you it could feel like they're like, oh, they're not gonna do it, right?
But
then like even if you don't take it that way, it's still like, hey, I could just tell you, like, hey, not only is it my job, but I reassure you, I'm gonna leave your property pretty, But I get it too though, because even like you said, they like hear about like, oh, the nails and like all this, and they're running around picking shit up. I'm like, yeah.
So yeah, it's all, you never know who you're gonna get. But that's a part of the
Life's a box of
trades.
chocolate, man.
Yeah, that's it. Never know what you're gonna get.
Shit. Well,
Yeah, man. Well, we've been out here.
it's a
We've been out here.
little early, but you want to shut it down? We'll tell everybody that we're gonna start maybe. Well, I should say we're gonna start. I have an idea that maybe to stop people from canceling last minute is that maybe we ask for a deposit, and then when they show up, they get the money back. And if they don't show up, we keep the money. And we were thinking that might be a good idea. It might even maybe weed out some of the people that come and waste our time. There hasn't been a whole lot of that. Don't take that the wrong way. But it might be the next step for us to maybe find a better, or not, I shouldn't say better, but, more serious
exactly.
group of guests and stuff.
That's right. Because, that's what, we take ourselves seriously, and we're out here every week, and, we make plans and, follow through with guests that we're booking. We're usually booking, months in advance, and then we're trying to keep in touch with guests. And then on the day of, it seems like it all falls through part of the time. So yeah, it's seems like the best plan of attack.
Yeah, and it's not there's no like negative or not
No,
bad or
it's
like
not,
whatever. I just
yeah.
think that would help because now we've had 2 episodes in a row where someone canceled or whatever, and
It's not the first time either.
and
I would say,
so I just feel like if it comes to 3 and then 4, then it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
And another thing too, though, is we're doing it. The
Always.
Ashkin or Ashcon bets or whatever. On the last episode, we were talking about how he was supposed to be on, I believe, and we were saying that I was saying I said it's weird because like it doesn't seem like he's asking for anything. And usually when you see people like that, they're like trying to like buy my thing or like
right.
And then a couple days later, I sent you guys the thing where it's like he posted a thing that's like for the week it's $99 or
Right.
whatever. And it's like for the month it's this, and like one-on-one training it's $1,000 or like
right.
whatever. I'm like, oh wait, oh shit.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Right.
There it is.
So definitely selling something.
Yeah, man, I think
and
so.
also too, never got back to me, nothing, whatever, blah blah blah. The other day I messaged was like, so like nothing.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me, went, yo. And I was gonna reply, but I'm like, what the fuck kind of conversation is that?
That's it, man.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, that's part of what we're talking about. You just move on from that. If you won't take us seriously, we can't take you seriously. So
would have been interesting though, pick his brain and see what's up.
Yeah, man. That's another kind of the biggest disappointment in the like the ghosts or the cancellations is being prepared and having these questions for the guests and not being able to answer or question them. So yeah, man, that's where it lies with me, all that preparation, and then it's for nothing.
Yep.
But
yeah, no, I don't know, like I said, I would like to do that. I mean, maybe if you see this, let me know what you think about that.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
I'm at least going to introduce it to people and see what they think. If it doesn't go very well, then no. But I just think, man, like that it's like we need to do something, right, to give them incentive to come back. Right, here's all your money back, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But
it's not like we're taking it.
Like
to take us and our time seriously too, I guess.
Yeah, and then
right?
we still show up and do it too, right? So it's like, yeah, okay, cool, like.
Yeah,
we did it, but that was our fucking content, was that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We still kill it by ourselves.
We still do it. Of course, we do it, but we've been doing it.
Well,
5 years.
And at the same time, too, like, there's been people who cancel where they, like, had, like, very good reasons or, like, and I'm not gonna, like, whatever, but it's like, so, yeah, don't take it the wrong way. And, like, yeah, there is, excuses or, like, not excuses, but there are things that are like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. But when it's just like, I literally had somebody go, like, oh, no, I found out it's my buddy's birthday this Friday or whatever. I'm like, okay, so then what does that mean? Like, oh, like, I can't make it.
Yeah.
Okay, like.
But you knew about
what's your buddy's birthday have to do with your career, man?
Yeah. And you would have known about that making the plan to begin with, right?
If he was
it was a couple weeks or a couple months or whatever
I guess
ahead,
things
but
could be planned late.
But still, yeah.
It's all about, didn't realize my buddy's birthday that weekend. Let's reschedule.
Cool. Yeah, but even then, reschedule is like, we got it. Like I'm
Well,
talking about they
you're-
tell me on a Wednesday that I can't
No.
fucking do it on Friday, and I'm saying I don't want that.
No,
Yeah,
for
that's what
sure.
I mean.
There's
It's
no
like, yeah.
within the last
You
week.
call me 2
for
weeks
sure,
before
man.
and be like, oh yeah, this thing. Like, okay, cool, I'll
No,
figure it out or whatever. Yeah,
100%. I'm with you
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that. Yeah,
But when
not
it's, like,
that last
Wednesday and
minute,
they're like,
man.
it's like, what the fuck? Especially Friday. It's like,
Friday,
oh yeah,
yeah.
bro, sorry, man, I forgot this. It's like, man, I texted you on Wednesday. You said it's okay. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
shit. But like I said, no hard feelings, and this isn't a personal thing to anybody. But we just figured that
Something
might be an
I'll-
idea that we could do, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Something we
Might-
need to figure out ourselves. So yeah.
benefit everybody, because at the same time too, sometimes I have people booked for a while and then like somebody else, like right now I had like, well, not right now, but when I was booking all this or had this booked,
Yeah.
I had people asking to come on. I'm like, well, I can't book yet because I'm all booked up.
Yeah.
Well, just 2 episodes went by where we didn't have somebody. It's like, well, fuck, that's
Coulda had
somebody
them
else's
in.
opportunity, right? And if you're gonna pay and then actually come pick up the money, then that slot wasn't wasted or
Yeah.
like whatever, right?
Exactly.
Fair point.
For sure, man. Time is valuable.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of that, though, Naf, though, he has asked to come back on, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah?
oh yeah, just wait. He could have been on all this, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
What? So I want to say shout out Naf. I also want to say go check out some of his new music. I just saw that he posted it. I don't know if the video is out or if he was just promoting the video, but I saw a little promo thing on his Instagram. But I know that he's coming hard with some shit, and it's a little bit different vibe I see. And yeah, hopefully see him on the cypher as well.
Yeah, man, for sure. Hell yeah. And I will leave you with this. The man with no shoes is admired by the man with no feet.
Ooh.
Just remember that when you wake up tomorrow.
Ooh, wow. All right. Okay. Any motherfucking way. Appreciate you guys. I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, this is episode 246 of the 4G audio podcast like this. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully see you very soon. 247 coming out ASAP.
Much love, y'all. Catch y'all in the next one.
Wow.